These hundreds of protesters are all walking towards the Chamber of Commerce. As you can see, they are calling for a Robin Hood tax on financial transactions. They're hoping that this money will go towards finding a cure for AIDS.
This Robin Hood tax protest was called on July 24th to coincide with the Global AIDS Summit in Washington, D.C. Summit participants included AIDS researchers, experts, and patients, and was co-sponsored by pharmaceutical company Bristol Myers Squibb. This was the first time in 2 decades the conference took place in the U.S. after President Obama lifted the visa restriction on people with AIDS. Maria Ziwenge is an HIV-positive woman from Zimbabwe. She expressed disappointment with the motivation of its sponsors.
I think such big organizations, they don't mean what they say. They are not doing what they are supposed to do. They are here asking for money for people living with HIV and AIDS. Those positive people are not benefiting from those funds.
That's why organizers like Vocal New York have taken to the streets of Washington.
This is the first time in about 30 years since the AIDS crisis began. This is the first time people are saying we can imagine ending the AIDS epidemic, but it's not going to be cheap. And every time we come down to Washington, we're told there's no money. We're in New York. We know where the money is. It's on Wall Street. If we tax people who have been the one group of people who have been doing well throughout this financial recession to invest in human needs for people with AIDS here and overseas, we can end this epidemic.
Protesters from other causes came in support of the Robin Hood tax.
We know there is a war on women all around the world. Our bodies, our rights, our privileges, our rights to be human beings are being assaulted. We are stepping up, we are stepping out, and we will make waves today.
Robert Robinson called for solidarity across movements, highlighting the interconnectedness between the AIDS epidemic and poverty.
I think it's important to show solidarity with groups. Most of the work that I do is around housing issues, but it's very important for us as grassroots people on the ground to show power by working together. A cross issue, and you know, what's facing us now is a human rights crisis, not an issue-oriented crisis. Our human rights, the fact that we're human beings is being affected right now. And you know, it doesn't matter whether you have AIDS, whether you're fighting for health care, whether you're fighting for a job, good jobs, or whether you're fighting for housing. We need to fight together.
National Nurses United member Cheryl Harewood Kai said more people need to take action to support causes that affect their daily lives.
So just like England has, we want a financial transaction tax. Everybody in this country pays a sales tax. Why shouldn't wealthy people that gamble with and banks that gamble with our money and pensions in the stock market be paid? Why shouldn't they pay a financial transaction tax? We're all living in one world, and we all have to realize that the way we treat our brothers and sisters affects us directly. And that's what you can't seem to get through to Washington. They don't seem to want to get that. It's all about me, and me getting wealthier, and me having more and giving you less, and not realizing that we're all interdependent. You know, and this culture of greed has got to stop. So that's why we're out here marching. We want Washington to get it.
For the Real News Network, Jessica Devereaux, Washington.